cooled us down.
Okay, I'm good.
Hey, it's Kevin Ioli for Yahoo Sports. We are outside the Fox studios. With me right now is one of my friends, legendary promoter, the greatest promoter of all time, I think George Foreman said. Isn't that what he called you, Bob?
Well, George is a good friend.
Mr. Bob Arum. Hey, Bob, we are here for the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder press conference. I think there's been a resurgence in the heavyweight division, and I think this fight, the first fight, is kind of at the center of it. What can we expect for the second fight in terms of public interest in this fight? Is this going to be one of those massive top-ranked pay-per-views that come out?
Yeah, this is a massive, massive pay-per-view. I don't want to label it a top rank because PBC is at half of the action, but I mean, with the combination of ESPN and Fox and the interest in this fight and how great the first fight was, we're going to set heavyweight records for pay-per-view.
I think you might set a record for the third fight because, right, you're going to have a big one here, and if they go into a great fight this time, that next fight is really going to be something else.
Well, I'll tell you that, Kevin. There may not be a third fight because I think Tyson Fury is going to knock Wilder out, and under our deal, the loser only can ask for a rematch.
Okay.
And I don't think Wilder is going to get in the ring again with Tyson Fury. Doesn't want anything to do with him. So I look at Wilder really not opting for the third fight, and Tyson Fury to fight the winner of the fight that's coming up, Joshua against Pulev.
How great do you think the division is right now? Because not only do you have the big three at the top, Joshua, Wilder, and Fury, but I think down below, like Daniel Dubois, who I had as my prospect of the year, I think is a terrific fighter. There's a lot of guys like that are out too.
Yeah, there's the Frenchman, Tony Yoka,
who
won the Olympics. There's Joe Joyce, who won the silver medal. There's Dubois, like you said. And there are older guys like Big Baby Miller, Pulev, Usyk. I mean, Jesus, Usyk is probably the best boxer
of the group
in the heavyweight division.
I would find it hard to believe, though, that as much as I love Usyk, and he was my fighter of the year last year, that he's going to be the heavyweight champion for one reason. He lost to Sean Porter in the amateurs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they fought at 165 in the amateurs. And
Sean's a good fighter.
I don't think Sean's going to get in there and beat Deontay Wilder, though.
No, that's true.
Bob, why are you so confident that Fury wins this fight? Wilder had him down twice in the last round. A lot of people said, I think Wilder's team believes any other ref but Jack Reese stops that fight. You bought it on pay-per-view that night. You weren't involved. Why would you say, watching that fight, that Fury wins the rematch?
Because what I saw was a guy who took Wilder's best punch, got knocked on his ass, looked like he was dead, his head hit the canvas, and he gets up. And not only does he get up to survive, but he gets up and he takes the fight to Wilder.
Right.
He's winning the last minute of the fight.
Right.
I mean, after getting knocked on his ass. So, I mean, I really think that, yeah, can Wilder knock him down? Yeah. But Fury knows he can recover. And Fury is going to go for the knockout in this fight.
Fury is not known as a knockout puncher. You think that jab sets it up? Like, in other words, he's got that 85-inch jab. He's 6'9". If he keeps that jab in Wilder's face, do you think that that's what he needs to do to set up the knockout?
Yeah, I think that's the reason that he switched to a Kronk guy as his trainer, because he wants
Javon Stewart is it?
Yeah, the Sugar Hill Stewart. I think he really is looking for that knockout. He's a powerful guy. And if he looks for the knockout, he boxes, he'll get the knockout. I really believe that we're not going to have to worry about the judges in this one, that Fury is going to knock Wilder out.
Now, there's a question that I have asked a lot of people about this fight that I don't know the answer to. And I know you know a lot of things. I've been with Bob for 30 years, and he knows a little bit about everything and a lot about a lot of things. What the hell is a dosser?
A dosser is a guy who shoots his mouth off, but is a punk. but is a guy who is a phony, is a guy who is all sound but no substance.
So that's what he called Deontay Wilder.
That's good.
So,
I mean, he got a vocabulary that I'm just learning.
yeah, I didn't know what a doctor was either. Let's end with this. I said when the fight was first talked about, I thought you were looking at $1.2 million to $1.5 million if everything went right. Richard Schaefer, who I know you've done business with over the years, he told me he thought $1.5 million was the number and perhaps up to $2 million. I wonder what you think now that we're a couple weeks away. Do you think it can get as high as $2 million? Do you think $1 million is guaranteed?
I don't know what's guaranteed or what isn't guaranteed, Kevin, because if I said I knew, I would be a liar. But I'm telling you, I really believe we're going to exceed $2 million.
Wow.
The interest in this fight is enormous, newspapers are writing about the fight, which they don't usually write about fights. It's in everybody is talking about it. So I really think we have a hell of a shot to go over $2 million. Do I guarantee it? Obviously not. Because if somebody came to me and willing to buy out my interest based on $2 million pay-per-view, they got a deal. But I really think we can go over $2 million.
And I just want to get one other thing. Jose Ramirez, one of the best young fighters in the world. I really like him. And also one of the great kids in boxing. I mean, does a lot for his community in Avenel, California. Right. Just a great leader. He was supposed to fight Viktor Postol. That fight got postponed because of the Wuhan coronavirus. Can you update us on that? Is Freddie Roach and Viktor Postol still in China? And when and where will we see their rescheduled fight?
No, we got Roach and Postol out immediately.
Okay.
What I was really concerned about is because it seems, based on my reports that we're getting, is that the deaths are limited to old guys like myself, but old guys who have a medical problem, which thank God I don't do. But what I was concerned about was that these fighters, these people go over there, might contract the virus, and then they go into quarantine for 3 or 4 weeks, and nobody wants that, you know. So we consulted with the ESPN. They were reluctant to send their people over. It would be insane to send people over because at the beginning it looked like it was confined to the city of Wuhan, but everybody now, people were traveling. So at Hainan Island, where the fight was going to be held, they've already got 15 cases. So it's spreading throughout China, unfortunately. In Macau, they may close the casinos, and people in China aren't traveling. And in Haikou, where the fight was going to be held, all the people would be coming from mainland China.
So when will it be rescheduled?
It's going to be rescheduled. We'll figure that out on Tuesday. We'll get a site. It will be in the United States, and it will be rescheduled at the earliest possible available date from ESPN, because it's a good fight, and
Terrific fight.
Ramirez is a rising star, and as you say, I mean, I love the kid because of his social activism.
He's tremendous. He's one of the best at it. That is the legend, Mr. Bob Arum. We got a lot we can talk to him about. We will get that at another time. Bob, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.